I guess just quick thoughts after the Northern series.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Northern played hard. They're an improved team. I think Dave's doing a good job in building that program. They gave us handful. I really liked stretches of our games. I think giving up only 3 goals on a weekend is a good recipe for a sweep. It's hard to sweep in college hockey. That rink's hard to play in Marquette, the Barrie Event Center. I know that. They started really well. I think we weathered the storm in the first 7-8 minutes of that game. And through stretches, I think through about 35 minutes, we only gave up 4 shots on goal. So I think we were clean defensively for a long stretch. Obviously, won a face-off. We had missed coverage on the PK, and the other one was unearned on a dump-in. A really tough touch on the breakout. We've got to clean that up. But we got the job done. We got the house painted on the weekend. So really happy about that.
What would you see out of Carson Latimer's goal, and have you ever scored one like that?
Well, I think beautiful goal. Obviously, anytime it's on SportsCenter, I think it's a highlight reel goal. We were talking a little bit about it. When a guy that skates so well, right-handed, you open up and your head turns towards the middle, and you're basically trying to manipulate the defender's feet. And if they don't bite, you drag it across and make them turn. Or if he starts to turn and get his weight on that inside foot, you pull it through your feet and then, drive the net and 5-hole. And all of a sudden, it's a tough play for the goaltender. He did it against a good defender. Obviously, it was a big goal. It was a go-ahead goal at that point in the game. Gave us a really big lift that we needed. So I'm really proud of Carson. He's embraced the process, that he's willing to, he had a little bit of adversity, a little learning curve. The game slowed down, and he stuck with it. And he works so hard in practice. He brings so much energy to our group. And now he's being rewarded. He's winning pucks. He's playing strong. He's skating. He has confidence. He had an assist on the first goal. Speaking of that, Laurie Raymond gets inserted in. He's been so good in practice, trying to reward players that are adding value and competing. And we have some other players too that, just sticking with the process, they'll get their opportunity. But I think that's a really big part of adding value to our lineup and competition, and guys are working in practice, and it's nice to see guys come into the lineup and have success and get the job done.
So as a first-year coach, you inherited, a bunch of guys to your team, and you had the opportunity to bring Steven back. How has he been for you, and talk about how you've seen him grow this year?
Yeah, 13 freshmen, 18 new players. But to have Steven, he's such a poise, patience with the puck. He's very deceptive. He's bought in. He's committed. On the first goal Friday night in the start of the game, he's F3 on our forecheck above everybody. Create a turnover. He works back. He got rewarded. It's nice to see him score. He makes so many plays. He generates plays. He drives plays for us. He's effective on the power play. He's enjoying coming to the rink. He's a character to coach in a good way. I mean that. And he's a smart hockey player. You have to give guys like that a little bit their thought process, their hockey IQ. You have to maybe talk through some things and see where they're coming through sometimes, and then also give them the freedom to make those plays at the right time. You have to, you play in the National Hockey League, you coach special players. They think the game at such a high level. So you have to understand that. And even his poise with the 2 empty netters, he knows where to go or what to do. That's hockey IQ.
What's your focus of practice and keys to find success against Bemidji State?
Yeah, we're just, it's the growth mindset. We got to embrace the grind. We got to get better every day. We really try to use the video as teaching positive and areas for improvement and design practice around that. I think obviously identity, being good on the forecheck, being good on the breakout, being clean in the defensive zone, knowing our responsibilities, being committed to that physicality of winning races and battles, and having second quick support and playing to our structure is huge. We're continuing to work on the offensive side of the game. Happy with the growth in that. We're getting some power plays. I think we really worked hard yesterday. We'll go back at it again with special teams, and really an area where I think we need to continue to focus on, and that'll be a big emphasis this weekend, as it usually is. A lot of respect for Bemidji. They're well coached. They've had success. We're going to have our hands full, but I like it. We're into 3 weeks into our schedule that we've got a real gauntlet coming up, and then we get a bye week. So, just really taking care of ourselves, and the preparation that goes into it, and getting ready for having that juice for Friday night, and then obviously being able to execute will be huge for our hockey club.
Coach, probably a few goals that you want back against Northern. What's the conversation with goalkeeping, and how do they kind of progress and get ready for Bemidji?
Well, Bart's playing great. He's making great saves. Obviously, we gotta, he knows it. We have to be better on the goalie touch breakouts. It was a tough one, but he's stopping a lot of pucks that maybe could go in too. But that's an area. There's no excuse. It's an area we want to clean up. And he's good. He makes some really good touches, and it can be difficult at times, and pucks can take bounces off of the glass or off the boards or off a rim. It's something we've put an emphasis on and we've worked on, and he knows it. But having said that, I love having him in net, and Max is pushing and as well. I like what we have there, but mistakes are going to happen in the game. You're never going to play perfect. But having said that, we'll just continue to work and get better at those. And he's been great. Gives us a chance every night to win, and he's doing the best he can. And we'll just put it behind us.
And then, Coach, just the last one for me. Bemidji State has a guy on their squad similar to Steven, who has had a lot of production for them this year, Adam Fleming. Do you key in on certain guys when you watch film on a team? Maybe, hey, we got to keep them in check?
Well, for sure. When you have a team that's had as much success as they had and sitting at the top of the standings, they're going to have players that drive, and we have drivers as well. Best players got to be your best players. We're at home this weekend, so that could add a little bit to getting matchups. But at the end of the day, your best players got to be your best players. They've had success with it, and our best players, and it'll be an exciting series. We'll dive a little bit deeper into it as we go, but we just got to play sound, and I think that's a big key. But if we can keep their best players off the score sheet, that would be great.